Well, let us see problems on circular convolution in this class. Okay, let us do one sum. Find the circular convolution of x1 of n or x of n is equal. Okay, so here it is given that x of n is equal to delta of n minus 2 into delta of n minus 2, which can be written as delta of n means it has the magnitude of 1 at n equals to 0. Since there is no delta of n minus 1 term, so we can keep 0, and minus 2 into delta of n minus 2. This is what x of n is, and h of n here is equal to 2 into delta of n. Here delta of n minus 1 term is not there, delta of n minus 2 term is not there, and delta of n minus 3 term is present here. See here, as I have already discussed, that the length of both the sequences should be equal as long as we are performing circular convolution. Here the length of the sequences are not equal, so we need to add zeros at the end of smaller sequence in order to make the length equal. So here n value should be equal to the length of larger sequence. Length of larger sequence here is equal to 4, isn't it? So let us make the length of smaller sequence x1 x of n is equal to 4. Clear? So now we would like to perform the circular convolution of x of n and h of n, which is equal to sigma m is equal to 0 to n minus 1 x of m into h of n minus k. సారీ, ఇక్కడ మన m ఫార్మాట్ లో తీసుకున్నాం కదమ్మా. సో h of n minus m. Modern. If we substitute 4 here, sigma m is equal to 0 to 3 x of m into h of n minus m mod 4, right? So here, as I have already introduced you this tabular method. In this tabular method, our first column is so in the first column it is n, in the second column x1 of m, in the third column x1 of n minus x2, sorry, h of n minus m mod n mod 4, right? It is here, it is x of m into h of n minus m mod 4, and here it is sigma k is equal to m kadamma, sorry. So sigma k equal to m is equal to 0 to 3 x of m into h of n minus m mod 4, right? So here n takes the values of 0 to 3, then n is equal to 4, small n takes the value of 0, 1, 2, 3, 0 to n minus 1. X of m is constant because it is not depending on n, so it is constant for all values of n. Right? H of n minus m. When n is equal to 0, it is h of minus m mod 4, right? So let us write to dot h of minus m mod 4, which is equal to C. Consider the origin sample as it is. మనం time folding ఎట్లా చేస్తున్నామో origin sample as it is consider చేసుకుంటున్నాం and consider the remaining samples in reverse order. So 100. Okay. In order to write the second one, shift every sample by 1 unit of time circularly. 0 to 10 and then 0021 1002. This is how the time shifting happens here. And x of m into h of n minus m means let us try to multiply the corresponding samples of these two sequences. So 2 into 1 is equal to 2. 0, 0 into 1 is equal to 0. Minus 2 into 0 is equal to 0. 0 into 0 equals to 0. Here it is 1 into 0 is equal to 0. 0 into 2 equals to 0. Minus 2 into 1 is equal to minus 2. And 0 into 0 equals to 0. And here it is 1 0 0 0 0 0. Minus 2 into plus 2 minus 4. 0 into 1 0. Right? And here it is 1 0 0 0. Right? Next add all the samples of the resultant. 2 minus 2 minus 4 1. So y of n here is equal to 2 minus 2 minus 4 1. So let us try to plot them. 2 minus 2 minus 4 1. Is it clear? Is it clear? మీకు టేబుల్ మెథడ్ కనుక అర్థమైతే విల్ మూవ్ ఆన్ టు మ్యాట్రిక్స్ మెథడ్. Matrix method is damn easier compared to tabular method. Is it clear or not? Okay, fine. Then let us discuss matrix method. Okay. So in this matrix method, what we are doing is ఇందాక దాకా మనం డేటా అంతా టేబులర్ ఫామ్ లో అరేంజ్ చేసాం కదా అండి. Now we are just trying to arrange the data in matrix form. Okay. So let us consider one example. Find the circular convolution of x of n is equal to, and here it is x1 of n and x2 of n is equal to 3, 0, 1, right? So let us try to write the solution here. Here the length of one sequence is equal to 4 and the length of second sequence is equal to 3. So n value is equal to length of the larger sequence, which is equal to 4. So when n is equal to 4, small one is in the range of 0 to n minus 1. So small n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. Clear? So here we know that y of n is equal to sigma m is equal to 0 to n minus 1 x1 of m into x2 of n minus m mod n. Here let us substitute the values initially. Sigma m is equal to 0 to 3 x1 of m into x2 of n minus m mod 4. Right, here let us substitute n is equal to 0 to 3. So if we substitute n is equal to 0, y of 0 is equal to sigma m is equal to 0 to 3 x1 of m into x2 of minus m mod n. Similarly, y of 1 is equal to sigma m is equal to 0 to 3 x2 of m in x1 of m into x2 of 1 minus m mod 4. Y of 2 is equal to sigma m is equal to 0 to 3 x1 of m into x2 of 2 minus m mod 4. Y of 3 is equal to sigma m is equal to 0 to 3 x1 of m into x2 of 3 minus m mod 4. Now we want to arrange all these four equations in matrix form. Before going to matrix, let us see the coefficients of x2 of m. So here x2 of m, in general this x2 of m can be written as x2 of m, in general it can be represented as x2 of 0, x2 of 1, x2 of 2 and x2 of 3, isn't it? So whenever we want to write x2 of minus m, x2 of minus m mod 3, then it can be written as mod 4, sorry. The origin sample is considered as it is, so x2 of 0, and the other samples should be considered in reverse order, means x2 of 3, x2 of 2 and x2 of 1. Similarly, so we have written coefficients for x2 of minus m. Next we need to write coefficients for x2 of 1 minus m. So x2 of 1 minus m mod 4 is equal to, just shift all the sequences by 1 unit of time. So x2 of 1, x2 of 0, x2 of 3, x2 of 2. Okay. x2 of 2 minus m mod 4 is equal to, shift all the sequences by right by 1 unit of time. x2 of 2, x2 of 1, x2 of 0 and x2 of 3. x2 of 3 minus m mod 4 can be written as x2 of 3, x2 of 2, x2 of 1, So x2 of 3, x2 of 2, x2 of 1, and x2 of 0. Right? So let us arrange all these equations in matrix form. Right? So y of n is equal to let us arrange all this in matrix form. Right? First, please try to represent the coefficients of x1 of minus m in first row, right? So x2 of 0, x2 of 3, x2 x2 of 0, x2 of 3, x2 of 2, and x2 of 1. Next, x2 of 1, x2 of 0, x2 of 3, x2 of 2, x2 of 2, x2 of 1, x2 of 0, x2 of 3, x2 of 3, x2 of 2, x2 of 1, x2 of 0 into x1 of n. Means I'm writing it clearly here. Y of n is equal to right. సో ఇప్పటిదాకా నేను మీకు మ్యాథమెటికల్ అనాలిసిస్ చెప్పాను కాబట్టి ఇట్ మైట్ బీ సమ్వాట్ డిఫికల్ట్ ఫర్ యూ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ ఆల్ దిస్ బట్ if you want to do the sum in exam using this model మనం ఈ మ్యాథమెటికల్ అనాలిసిస్ అంతా చేయవసరం లేదండి. ఇక్కడ వరకు చేసిన తర్వాత write these two equations and then we can directly write this matrix. ఈ matrix ని మనం సింపుల్ గా ఎలా రాయొచ్చు అంటే x2 మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తే x2 of 0, x2 of 1, x2 of 2, x2 of 3. మళ్ళీ సెకండ్ కాలం ఎలా రాస్తాం? ఇది పైకి వెళ్తుంది and they will be shifted downwards. Okay, again it will be shifted upwards, x2 of 2, and then they will be shifted downwards. Similarly, this is how we can write this matrix. So what is x2 of 2 here? What is x2 of 2 here? Tell me the values of x2 of 2. x2 of n is equal to 3010, isn't it? x2 of n is equal to, we need to make length of both the sequences equal, so this value should be equal to 3010. Clear? So 3010. నెక్స్ట్ రో ఎట్లా రాస్తామమ్మా? నెక్స్ట్ కాలం ఎట్లా రాస్తాం? దిస్ 0 షుడ్ బి షిఫ్టెడ్ అప్వర్డ్స్ 301 అండ్ దెన్ 1030 and then 0103. That should be multiplied with x1 of n. What is x1 of n value here? 2101.5. Right? Let us multiply Let us do matrix multiplication here. So 3 2s are 6 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0. Next 0 plus 3 plus 0 plus 1.5. Next 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0. Next 0 plus 1 plus 0 plus 4.5. So let us simplify this. If we simplify this, then it 6, 4.5, 2, 5.5. So let us do another sum using matrix method. Find the circular convolution of x1 of n is equal to 1, 2, 3 and x2 of n is equal to 1, 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1, 0 minus 1, right? So coming to solution, n is equal to 4 here because one sequence is of length 3 and the other sequence is of length 4. So n value is equal to 4 here. Let us make x1 of n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 0 and x2 of n is equal to 1 minus 1, 0 minus 1, right? So here y of n is equal to sigma m is equal to 0 to n minus 1 x1 of m into x2 of n minus m mod n. It is equal to sigma m is equal to 0 to 3 x1 of m into x2 of n minus m mod 4, right? So let us try to arrange this in, since we want to do it in the form of in matrix form. So let us arrange all these equations in matrices. Matrix lo arrange చేసినప్పుడు ఎట్లా చేస్తామా? First x2 of n can be written as x2 of 0, x2 of 1, x2 of 2, x2 of 3, isn't it? Let us arrange them initially. Sorry, x2 of 2, x2 of 3. So next equation can be written as ఇది పైకి తీసుకెళ్ళండి. x2 of 3, x2 of 0, x2 of 1 and x2 of 2. Next equation x2 of 2, x2 of 3, x2 of 0 and x2 of 1. Next x2 of 1, x2 of 2, x2 of 3 and x2 of 0 into x1 of 0, x1 of 1, x1 of 2 and x1 of 3. So let us try to represent these numbers in this matrix. 1 minus 1, 0 minus 1 and next is minus 1, 1 minus 1, 0 and the next one is 0 minus 1, 1 minus 1 and the next one is minus 1, 0 minus 1 1 into 1 2 3 0, right? Let us multiply these two equations. 1 into 1 1 minus 2 plus 0 plus 0. Next minus 1 plus 2 minus 3 plus 0 0 minus 2 plus 3 minus 1. Next minus 1 plus 0 minus 3 plus 0, which can be written as minus 1 minus 4 plus 2 is equal to minus 4 plus 2 is equal to minus 2, minus 4 plus 3 is equal to 1 and minus 4. Very good, Kavya. Correct answer. Clear? So if it is clear, then we can do this in circular on the circumference of the circle. Is it clear? Right? So let us start circular method. Find the circular convolution of find the 4-point circular convolution of x1 of n is equal to delta of n minus 2 into delta of n minus 1 plus 3 into delta of n minus 2. x2 of n is equal to delta of n minus 1 into delta of n minus 2, right? So here x1 of n is equal to 1 minus 2 plus 3 and x2 of n is equal to 1 0 minus 1, right? But here they have given that n is equal to 4, so let us increase the length of both the sequences is equal to 4. So x1 of n here should be equal to 1 minus 2 3 0 and x2 of n is equal to 1 0 minus 1 0, right? So y of n is equal to sigma m is equal to 0 to n minus 1 x1 of m into x2 of n minus m mod n. Let us substitute the values here. So sigma m is equal to 0 to 3 x1 of m into x2 of n minus m mod 4. Okay, let us try to ఇనీషియల్లీ ప్రీవియస్లీ ఏంటంటే ఫస్ట్ దాంట్లో మనం టేబుల్లో రిప్రజెంట్ చేసాం, సెకండ్ దాంట్లో మనం కోఎఫిషియెంట్స్ ని మ్యాట్రిక్స్ లో రిప్రజెంట్ చేసాం కదమ్మా. ఇప్పుడు మనం జస్ట్ లెట్ us try to represent them on the circumference of a circle. Okay, this is x1 of m, x1 of 0, x1 of 1, x1 of 2, x1 of 3. Here we want to represent it in anti-clockwise direction. x1 of 0 is equal to 1, x1 of 1 is equal to minus 2 and x1 of 2 is equal to 3 and x1 of 3 equals to 0. Next, x2 of m. This is x2 of 0, this is x2 of 1, This is x2 of 3, x2 of 2, and this is x2 of 3. 1, 0, కోట్రెడ్డి n is equal to 3. మామూలుగా వీళ్ళు 4-point circular convolution అని ఇక్కడ గనక మెన్షన్ చేయకపోతే మనం n is equal to 3నే కన్సిడర్ చేసుకునే వాళ్ళం. బట్ హియర్ దే హ్యావ్ మెన్షన్ 4-point circular convolution. సో వీ షుడ్ కన్సిడర్ 4 అనమాట. అది మన డిఎఫ్టి చేసేటప్పుడు కూడా చెప్పాను కదా, whenever they have mentioned n value, we need to increase the length of sequence to that n value. Is it clear, amma? If they haven't mentioned n value here, then you can consider the length of sequence as n. 1 0 minus 1 0. Okay, so first one is we have, when n is equal to 4, we have small n is equal to 0 1 2 3. So let us consider small n is equal to 0 here. Then y of 0 is equal to sigma m is equal to 0 to 3 x1 of m into x2 of minus m mod 4. Right? For this, what we need to do is we need to represent x1 of m and x2 of minus m on the circumference of the circle. This is x1 of m. So 1, మీకు ఆల్రెడీ ఆ ఇండెక్స్ పొజిషన్స్ తెలిసినాయి కాబట్టి ఐఎమ్ నాట్ రిప్రజెంటింగ్ ద ఇండెక్స్ పొజిషన్స్, ఐఎమ్ డైరెక్ట్లీ టేకింగ్ ద sample amplitudes, and then we need to have x2 of minus m. Is it not? So x2 of minus m ఎలా చెప్పానమ్మా, represent the sample amplitudes in and clockwise direction and consider them in anti-clockwise direction. 1 0 minus 1 0. Right? Now we want to take x1 of m into x2 of minus m mod 4. So this is 1 into 1, corresponding samples multiply chain. 2 into 0 0, 3 into minus 1 minus 3, 0 into 0, which is equal to 0. So y of 0 is equal to, add all the samples of this, 1 plus 0 minus 3 plus 0, which is equal to minus 2. We need to repeat this process for n is equal to 1, 2 and 3. So when sorry, so when n is equal to 2, y of 1 when n is equal to 1, y of 1 is equal to sigma m is equal to 0 to 3 x1 of m into x2 of 1 minus m mod 4. Right? So let us try to represent all these samples on the circumference of the circle. On the circumference of a circle, see, this is x1 of m and this is x1 of m and this is x2 of 1 minus m. X1 of m is equal to 1 minus 2 3, 1 minus 2 3 0, and x2 of 1 minus m means this x2 of minus m is shifted towards right by 1 unit of time. Then 1 unit right ki shift cheste emavutundamma, 0 1 0 minus 1, 0 1 0 minus 1, 0 1 0, minus 1. Okay. x1 of m into x2 of 1 minus m mod 4. So 1 into 0 is equal to 0, minus 2, 0, and here it is 0. Okay. So y of 1 is equal to 0 plus, okay, 0 minus 2 plus 0 plus 0, which is equal to minus 2. Next, let us consider n is equal to 2. When n is equal to 2, y of 2 is equal to sigma m is equal to 0 to 3 x1 of m into x2 of 2 minus m mod 4. So this is x1 of m, 1 minus 2, 3, 0, and this is x2 of 2 minus m mod 4. So let us shift this sequence by 1. అది ఆల్రెడీ 1 minus m కాబట్టి 2 minus m రావాలి అంటే ఈ సీక్వెన్స్ ని ఫర్దర్ 1 యూనిట్ ఆఫ్ టైం షిఫ్ట్ చేస్తే సరిపోతుంది. సో minus 1, 0, 1, 0. So 1 into minus 1, this is x1 of m into x2 of 2 minus m mod 4, minus 1, 0, 3, 0. So y of 2 is equal to minus 1 plus 0 plus 3 plus 0, 2, right? So last, let us consider n is equal to 3. Class. Y of 3 is equal to sigma m is equal to 0 to 3 x1 of m into x2 of 3 minus m mod 4. So this is x1 of m, 1 minus 2, 3, 0, and then we need to have మనం x2 of minus m ని 3 యూనిట్స్ అన్న షిఫ్ట్ చేయొచ్చు ఆర్ x2 of 2 minus m ని 1 యూనిట్ ఆఫ్ టైం షిఫ్ట్ చేసినా సరిపోతుంది. సో ఇట్ మైట్ బి 0 minus 1, 0, 1. x2 of 3 minus m. Okay. x1 of m into x2 of 3 minus m. 1 minus 2 minus 1 plus 2. 3 zeros are 0. 0 into 1, 1. So here it is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 0 plus 0, which is equal to 3. So y of n finally equals to minus 2 minus 2, 2, 3, right? So this is how we usually determine the circular convolution. One more method is left, that is by using the convolution property of DFT. We'll discuss that in the next class. And one more thing, in tomorrow's class we'll start FFT algorithms after completing circular convolution by using convolution property of DFT. Clear? Here it was wrong. If you observe, 1 into 0 is equal to 0, isn't it? So it would be 0. So it will be 0. So it should be 2. So it is 2. Phi of n is equal to -2 -2 +2 +2. Right?